I just finished reviewing the 2025 Toyota Sienna Hybrid. This was the first one I tested that was front wheel drive, and it returned an unbelievable 50 miles per gallon. Check out that review, but that was on the 25 model. What's new for 2026? Toyota has just announced the 2026 Sienna, and stay to the end after we go over the details of this 26 model year Sienna. There's some interesting Camry stuff going on for SEMA. We'll tackle that at the end. First and foremost, Sienna, if you guys love hybrids, if you love minivans, hit the like button. Let's discuss what's going on for the Sienna for 2026 and if this is something you should be excited for. Now, I've already talked about how the Sienna, they're pretty much sold out before they even get to the dealership. All right. So even though production has increased in the past year on Siennas, and they're going to have a best year probably since the past like 5, 6, 7, 8 years. It'll be the best year for the Sienna. Anyways, they still can't make enough of them. So let's get into what's new for 2026. The LE grade adds value with 8-speaker audio. Okay, it was probably only like a 6-speaker system before. Power rear door. Okay, rear window shades. Now, my issues with the rear windows on the Sienna is that they're too small. The third row windows are minuscule, and as a result, they're also really high. So as you're a kid sitting in the back seat, the windows, even with the booster seat, the windows start really, really high. So my kids can't see very well out of them, and they get far more car sick prone or more car sick prone in the new Sienna versus the previous generation V6 Siennas. All right, so this is not something Toyota can fix until they redesign it. All right, so it just feels a lot more cramped on the inside. The windows are smaller than older Siennas, and the bridge in the middle is frustrating. But just watch my review where I praise the Sienna for its strengths, but I also bring it down because of its weaknesses. The XLE grade adds standard black roof rails and a JBL audio as a standalone option. Okay, previously you could not get the JBL on the XLE. You would have to go to the XSE, the Limited, the Platinum. All right, Woodland grade adds ice cap and exterior paint color. Okay, it's cool that they still have Woodland around. XSE model upgrades its sound system to JBL audio standard. Okay, so the 12 speakers. Heavy metal exterior paint now available. It's like a dark gray, and you can get on the LE, XLE, XSE, Limited, and Platinum. All of them but the Woodland. Family-friendly features like blind spot, view monitor, cross-traffic alert, and available vacuum and FridgeBox. I still haven't been able to test out the vacuum and FridgeBox, which they trademarked the FridgeBox. So this is something that they want to have going forward in the Sienna, maybe even Toyota lineup. Available front or electronic all-wheel drive. Okay, well, we know about that. 35 miles per gallon. Guys, the worst I've ever seen on a Sienna is 37 miles per gallon. I was going like 80 to 85 miles an hour on that test. So it's just mind-blowing. And it was loaded with kids and stuff as well. It's just crazy. I don't get the fuel economy of this car. My theory is because its battery pack is about twice the size of something that you see in a RAV4 hybrid. Because you have the extra battery buffer, there's just more to pull from for electric assist. And as a result, the fuel economy, at least in my testing, is just bonkers for this size of vehicle. Now, it's Florida, it's flat, it's warm. I get it. That is definitely advantageous for a hybrid system, but still, it's just mind-blowing. The 26 Sienna is going to arrive at dealerships in January of 26. I made a spreadsheet on the pricing real quick, this year versus last year on the Sienna. Base model went up $935. However, you got to add $45 as well because of destination costs went up from $1,450 to $1,495. All right, so all these prices on the right, you got to add $45 due to destination going up. All right, so it's $1,000 more that's a pretty big price hike. We've seen other vehicles in Toyota's lineup not get much of a price hike, $100, $200, $300, sometimes none at all, depending on trim levels. This is a substantial price hike, I should say. All right, XLEs go up about, let's say, $900. Woodland model is the one that goes up the least. you know, those are also the most difficult to find. They're not that common of a trim level. XSEs, what in the world? Just because you give it standard, I guess, maybe this is a good deal and I just don't know it. They have given it standard JBL now on the XSEs, and that's why the price increase is so much, 1,400 plus, about $1,450, right? Limited went up $600. Platinum went up $600. Should I say $650 with Destination? They also killed the Platinum front wheel drive model seemingly for 2026 model year. Are people going to pay this? The answer is of course. They don't care. They have so many people lined up for the Siennas. They could have raised prices $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and people would still pay it. It is insane. It's a great minivan. The fuel economy is what makes it great. Everything else about it, it's not that special. You know, maybe you like the looks of it. That's subjective. Honda Odyssey does everything better than this van except fuel economy. The Kia Carnival does a lot of things better. It has so much more space, more visibility. It drives pretty poorly though. The suspension's bad on it. The handling's terrible on the Carnival, but the tech's really good on it. And you get a hybrid now on it, which is really efficient. Not quite as efficient as this van. Like it's got this silver bullet, this Sienna, 2 silver bullets. One's a Toyota, so people don't care. They'll just pay whatever the Toyota tax is. And 2, the fuel economy is just unreal. I can't believe the fuel economy I'm able to get out of this van. So it's going to keep doing well for them. What's the last thing I have to share? Well, there's this new GTS concept at SEMA. The last time we had a real sporty Camry was the TRD model. This model is just taking the same hybrid system that we currently have, so 232 horsepower, and just putting a bunch of cool painting on it and cool wheels. These look like the old TRD wheels. We got some side skirts here, more aggressive front bumper. I mean, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. It looks cool. There's a video here. Let's see if I can play it. The thing is, it's like, if my Camry is going to look this darn cool, give me the performance chops. Meaning I want a powertrain. I want give me the Hybrid Max powertrain with 340 horsepower that we see in the Crown sedan. Give me that at least, or give me the plug-in hybrid. I know that they couldn't fit the battery in here more than likely. All right. Ooh, the brakes look amazing on this. I mean, the paint color, it looks incredible. Like, it's a SEMA thing. So would we ever see a real GTS? No. Our only chance would ever be a GR Sport. And a GR Sport would give us lighter wheels, all the same treatment they just did to the GR Sport RAV4. All right, so it would handle a lot better, feel a lot lighter, you know, cool aero to it, but the powertrain is still 232 horsepower. So this is kind of like all show and no go sort of thing. It's not that the Camry's slow with the hybrid powertrain, but it's nowhere close to as quick as the old, you know, 300 horsepower V6 2GR engine. All right. Anyways, here we go. Sienna, it's going to continue kicking butt, taking names. It's going to keep growing. Again, as we look at the sales numbers here for the Sienna, right here, it's up 17% on the month of September, and it's up 49% on the year. So they're on pace to sell 100,000 of these Siennas. It is now outselling the Highlander. And if they could make enough, it might be outselling the Grand Highlander. You might be saying, Kirk, that's crazy. I know, it's that good. It's that good of a family vehicle. The Grand Highlander has a much better powertrain in the Hybrid Max, but I wish the Sienna had the Hybrid Max. There's no reason it shouldn't, in my opinion. Anyways, I got to shut it down. I could talk about minivans all day long. Sienna, it's great. If you can get one, go for it. You're going to be happy with the fuel economy, and hopefully your kids don't get car sick in the third row. But anyways, have a great day, guys. Take care and peace.